e se ne va, la capolista se ne va, la capolista se ne va, la capolista se ne va, e se ne va. What is good, guys? Yeah, I'm always going to start the videos now because until we, well, even when we, if we wrap up the title, the Scudetto, I'm going to be singing this song because it's just a tradition, it's customary, and we keep winning, we keep getting the W's, we keep getting the dubs. So why should I not be singing in full joy for this Inter team that keep giving us joys every single time we watch them? We had to wait a little bit longer today to watch them, didn't we? Because we had to wait all the way until Monday. We were the last team to play. Not an easy victory, finally. My prediction was pretty much spot on. Think about this, guys. I said this was my conservative prediction. I said 2-1. And actually, I even predicted, didn't I say, Asllani and Sanchez to score? So for once, I was actually spot on with my prediction, which is quite rare this season. But the fact that that's my conservative prediction with Inter now, that, we've been winning 4-0, 4-1, 4-2, whatever, 4-0, 4-0. 2-1 victory is a conservative prediction, and I can see even on the reaction on Twitter, like the team has been so good this season that even the performance like this, and we're like, that wasn't very good. Not impressed. Whereas probably previous seasons we would have been like, yeah, hard fought victory. Come on, beautiful. This is the type of wins that you need to get a result over the line. And now that we're flying away with this league, we've got our standards are like up here. Anything below that is kind of like, yeah, this is not good enough. But we are here, guys. Thank you for joining me. 136 people in the house, so you know what to do. Please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Before we get into it, I've got the screenshots, everything to discuss the main events of the game later on. But first, obviously, I gotta go through your comments and greet people in the chat. I believe even the most superstitious or pessimistic Inter fan now believes that it's over. Yes, but as a content creator, because I put my face on video, like I can't be seen saying that we won the Scudetto and then someone clips me, for that. Like, you just gotta understand me. There's Milan fans, the Juve fans out there that, it's a small channel, but I'm telling you, there's sad Milan Juve fans out there ready to clip me if in case anything goes wrong. But yeah, it's almost there. Like, now it really, like, there has to be something catastrophic happening to this team if we don't win the Scudetto now, like really, really catastrophic. But for the sake of, not just for me, and as you say, Mohammed, there's more superstitious people out there, more, pessimistic people out there. We're not going to say, it's confirmed or guaranteed and anything like that. We'll wait until the mathematical confirmation on that one. Another 3 points, another Moratta masterclass. Hey, I don't know if you guys caught it. It was going viral on Twitter. I'm sure probably on Facebook as well. Moratta League banner was in the crowd as well. The famous Moratta League meme. If you're not on Twitter or maybe still Facebook, I always refer to Twitter, but maybe you got the same jokes going on Facebook. I just give Facebook very little credit because they usually just steal off Twitter most of the time and Reddit. But basically, the picture you see there, Moratta League, is like, that's Juve, Milan, or any non-Inter fan basically crying about Inter the season, about getting decisions and this and that, and then it's all orchestrated. And Moratta is the guy pulling the strings behind the scenes. This is the Moratta League that we're playing in, and this is the meme. I think Inter fans made this picture like as a, going back at those fans who are calling it Moratta League. And I saw they're even selling T-shirts. Someone's out there selling T-shirts with this image on it, which I actually I might have to buy just to be repping that. Just to be repping that Moratta League logo. And yeah, Mattia, he also sent me the shirt as well on WhatsApp. He knows about the T-shirt. Mattia might be one of the ones investing in that T-shirt. Well, speaking of T-shirts, obviously I'm wearing my Enjoy Limone Ball T-shirt. It wasn't Limone Ball today, but we'll take it. Plus 15, yes, 100% Sharif. Let's have a quick look at the table. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you to Napoli, by the way. I did not expect them to get a result against Juve or even win against Juve. They've been awful this season, Napoli, but nice one. Raspadori getting that goal and Kvaratskhelia. Thank you very much. We'll take that. So, yeah, point gap keeps getting bigger and bigger. And finally, I've been saying it for a while, but it wasn't happening. But the Allegri, like, there was no way that was sustainable, what Juve were doing since the start of the season. Credit to Allegri, what he was doing. But you can't sustain that. You just can't sustain. And finally, it's happened. Like, they had to stop at some point. And, now they need to watch out for Milan for their second spot, because Milan are coming with decent form now. And I'll probably say they are probably a better team as well, Milan. They probably deserve to be ahead of the Juve team, or just, complete anti-football. We needed a win like this to keep us. Yeah, 100%. Like, I think, like, getting, if we went into the Atletico game with just, 4-0, 3-0, like, just easy wins, and just, confidence is high, but also a bit more arrogant, not very humble. And today I think we saw a little bit of that arrogance that we were seeing, in the Sassuolo game where we lost, obviously, the Bologna game, the Genoa game last time around. Like, you saw these moments of a bit of, I don't know if it is arrogance, but maybe just overconfidence, especially with the way we've been playing recently. I guess you can't blame the guys. So sometimes maybe they try almost coast their way through games. But, they could have been punished today. But yeah, as Matthias said, we needed something like this. And it was bound to happen. Like, we can't, like, we were on a 10-win streak, and so many games that we said, like, 3 or 4 goal gaps. Like, at some point it had to end. I thought it was going to be the Lecce game, but it wasn't. But, finally it came, and you need that sometimes. Just, we're calling this a humbling, but we still won. But it's kind of like a little bit of a humbling, just to remind you, like, it's still, Serie A. Olopsi Carlos Augusto, the power scored. Yes, lovely to see Asllani break his duck today, and Alexis score his first, not goal of the season, but his first Serie A goal this season. But yeah, we definitely need Pavard first goal, and yeah, Carlos Augusto. Well, yeah, Carlos Augusto, so he got one in Coppa Italia. I think he got his goal, but yeah, we need one in the league, and it was good performance by Carlos Augusto. Matthias, first half Asllani, man of the match. Second half, Asllani. Yeah, game of 2 halves from Asllani. I agree with that one. Yeah, Inter never lost the focus. Asllani was written in the stars. Yeah, we predicted that one. I think it's time we see TJ on the right. Dumfries. Yeah, Dumfries. Both Darmian and Dumfries today weren't good. It was Brick Freeze back out there today. We predicted. Yeah. Thank you, Armenian, for watching the preview as well. Stanislav says previously, as we were losing games like this, Genoa played a very good game, but the team managed. Yeah, I don't know if we will lose it, like, in terms of, we also had lots of chances, but yeah, maybe we would have drawn this game in previous years. Yeah, we also got, a little bit lucky that they didn't score the equalizer, but then luckily the guy, Vitinha, was offside as well. I'd forgotten because, yeah, we hadn't conceded. I saw the stat. We hadn't conceded in 428 minutes or something crazy like that. So yeah, it feels weird when this Inter team concedes goals, because we just don't concede many goals. Only 13 goals conceded this season, guys. Crazy. Dumfries was wearing the Tims today. Yeah, Dumfries, Brick Freeze, he was out there today. Language tours. Hey, wait, let me just warm up for this one. I know he's gonna say something about Asllani. I take my hat off Asllani for scoring, but in a lot of situations he lost the ball, and his decision making is not great, and he needs physical strength. Pushed around too easy. Oh, actually, that's not that bad. I thought he was gonna go in on Asllani. Well, no, these are all things we know. 100% the language tours. But again, what is your expectations of the 21-year-old stepping in when he plays, not many minutes now? He's been thrust in Hakan's presence against Atalanta. I thought he was great all round, first, second half. Contributed very well, kept it neat and tidy. And yeah, first half today, Asllani really good. And second half, we saw some of his weaknesses, and yeah, some really silly losses of possession. But at the same time, we saw Mkhitaryan losing the ball same way 2 times at the end of the game. In the last 10 minutes, Mkhitaryan lost the ball right on the edge of our box or like on a position of a counter attack. So like it can happen. It's just that actually the one time Asllani lost the ball, it wasn't straight after he lost the ball, but eventually that move turned to be the goal that we conceded. So uh, it's also, you know, he's getting punished for his decisions. But yeah, I'm still continuing to be on the Asllani train, and I'm still, you know, I agree with everyone that says, you know, he's got weaknesses. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I know that he's a work in progress, and this is what we can't have all guys are not going to be ready, guys. This is like sometimes I don't understand what people want. We want young players in, but then when they play, it's like we need them to be ready straight away. Like this is part of the growing process. And you know, yesterday Allegri against Napoli, he brought on Nonj. He just needs a one C in his name for his name to be to be not very PG friendly. But Nonj came on, Allegri brought him on. I think he's 18, 19 years old from the Juve next gen team. Comes on, gives away the penalty. I didn't actually watch it, but I know what happened. And then he got subbed off after like 14, 15 minutes. Like, you know, obviously we know that's Allegri. He's his terrorism has no bounds. But that's, you know, young players, that's some of the price that you have to pay sometimes, that, you know, they make silly mistakes. And Asllani did make a couple of silly mistakes today for sure. But overall, I thought it was good. I think he had 100% pass accuracy in the first half as well, and Asllani. And yes, Mattia, thank you for reminding the people as always. Tough game, bro, but 15 points. Thank you, Eduardo, for being a member of 26 months. Wow. Wow. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. You are the Mkhitaryan of this channel membership. You just keep on going, even though I'm draining you dry. You just keep on going. Yes, fresh trim. Thank you, Simple Simi, for noticing. Well, had it a couple of days ago now, but I guess, you know, recently I've been growing it out a little bit more. So yeah, fresh trim in terms of that. Oh, Strasbourg Steve, some people were talking about you in the Discord chat, and make sure you check him out. He does live watch alongs. He did one for the game today, actually. Serie A content, EPL content, general European content. He's a Lazio fan, but check him out. Cool guy. I haven't managed to link up with him. I was supposed to link up with him for the Lazio Supercoppa game, but it didn't work out. But check him out. And yeah, good point by him as well. As much as, you know, we didn't play that great. Genoa, really, really good. And Gilardino, he's an interesting coach, guys. He's an interesting coach. You know, he's there. You know, we've got a very good. I mean, Italy always has good coaches coming up, but you know, in this kind of new generation, like Italiano's already, you know, he's been around for a few years now, but like Palladino since last season. We've got, and again, Italiano, De Zerbi, these guys have been around for, but now like just new ones that have just come in. Palladino, I think Thiago Motta, even though he's been going for a while now, Bologna's finally that breakthrough. Then we've got Gilardino is one of these guys now. Who else we got that in that kind of category? Dionisi is definitely out of that now. He seemed like maybe he was one of those, but Dionisi got fired by Sassuolo. He's not there now. But yeah, and then obviously, yeah, you can put in like Italiano and De Zerbi, as I mentioned. He's an interesting coach. This Genoa team, very well drilled, made life difficult for Inter, but also going forward, it's not like they were just defending deep and not doing anything. They went and they could have even drawn this game. And in general, he's been doing very well with Genoa. And if you look at the table, newly promoted team, and they're bang on mid-table and very, very comfortable in terms of relegation race. They're not involved in the relegation race at the moment, which is really good for a newly promoted team. Only a -4 goal difference. Yeah, one to keep an eye on, Gilardino. Wing Chun, love Asllani, score great strike. Yeah, we'll have a look at his, got the screenshot for his goal, but very, very happy for him, man. We've been waiting for a while for this Asllani one. I'm really, really happy for it. Really, really happy. Hey, Nazari, happy for his goal, but Asllani stinkers. And I disagree, man. I don't think it was a stinker. It was just moments of ups and downs, I think. I thought he had a good first half, but then second half, there was like a 10, 15-minute period where, yeah, he wasn't good at all. But I disagree that it was a stinker. I thought it was just an up and down performance, which was the whole team. I don't think anyone had a really like good consistent performance today. Hey, Debbie Kerr Mafia in the house. Kinto Mafia in the house as well. Mr. E-commerce. See you on Insta. Mr. Entrepreneur. Brilliant win. Been a while since I caught a live. How are we feeling, Zio? Massimo, yeah, I'm doing well, bro. How's the pizza making going? We are feeling real good. Now we're not gonna say that yet, Steve. We're not gonna say that yet. We are not gonna say that yet. It ain't over until it's over. I prefer when your predictions aren't correct from now on. yeah, me too. Maybe this one was a bit too close for the heart, but we need it, guys. Come on, we can't have like boring 4-0, 3-0 all season. Like you need a bit of excitement. You gotta have something, you know. Yeah. Again, as I said, like I think our standards now this season are so high, but we got to give the other team credit. Sasha says here, you know, Genoa. I don't know if they deserve the point, but they definitely fought very hard and they made our life difficult. So sometimes you got to give the other teams credit too. You can't always be limonable, things like that. If Limone not rotating against Bologna, I don't know what to say. Yeah, he needs to rotate against Bologna for sure because that's the game before Atletico. Yeah. Now, the big news for today's game was 100%, you know, regardless of what the result was today. I'm sorry for the bad screenshot there. Taram looks like a crackhead now. He looks like a character out of a Dave Chappelle skit. He looks like his teeth are missing or something. But him and Acerbi coming back. I wasn't sure about Acerbi. I knew that Taram was on the bench and was taking part with full team training, but I didn't read the news around Acerbi. So both of them coming back now just in time for the Bologna and Atletico game is fantastic. Really, really good. Sorry, I've been absent in this call. Oh, don't worry, Kirby, man. People have been asking about you, but you know, you got to take care of things that you got to take care of. So shout out to you. There he is, the other half of the Kerr Mafia. Hope you're doing well, Ian. We're just saying, Ian, they'll have to make him a the league t-shirt. Yeah, I mean, it's out there. It's out there. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you go to the means. No, sorry, man. It's just there's a lot of comments, there's a lot of people here. So apologies if I missed your comment, Ludi. I'm trying to scroll up. Asllani still has some questions, Gianmarco. Yeah, make sure you check out Interviews podcast. Yeah, as I say, it wasn't a perfect performance by any stretch of the imagination, but who there was Barella, you know, faultless today? No. Was Mkhitaryan faultless? No. So none of the other, you know, established guys were faultless today. But I know that Asllani is kind of in that situation where everything he does is a bit of under the microscope because we're looking for that. We don't want to be in that position that we used to be with Brozovic was there, obviously, until Hakan stepped up, where we used to be just like, oh my God, you know, if he's out, then we're screwed. We're trying to find that, you know, Hakan backup, but like a reliable one. And maybe he hasn't shown to be reliable yet, but I'm happy. I'm continuing to be happy with Asllani. But, you know, at this rate, he's not gonna, you know, displace Hakan anytime soon. There's definitely wasn't a performance where you think like, oh, I want Asllani to start over Hakan anytime soon. But he's making strides. He's continuing to make strides. Oh, Steve, you've been a member for 8 months. Wow, look at that. See, now you definitely need to check out Steve's channel because I didn't even realize he's been a member for that long of the channel. Actually, Steve, you came on the channel when we were previewing the Champions League final. Actually, I do remember. That's how I found your channel afterwards because I recognized your face from that. But yeah, very good manager in the making. Asllani's at fault for the goal. Yeah, as we said, he's at fault for losing, but like Genoa had about like possession for like a minute after that. So to a degree, like, you know, if we start counting things like that, then I need to go back to like every time, you know, Barella or Lautaro, someone lost the ball and then a minute later the team scores. Again, I think everything Asllani does seems to be under a microscope from the fan base. Someone knows why Dumfries was out. Easy, Marvelosa. You should know. You should know. I mean, I'm sure the chat knows why Dumfries was out at half time. You should know what this guy here This is why we call him Limone. He loves the yellow, doesn't he? As soon as the guy gets a yellow card, that's it. The same thing happened to Darmian against Atalanta. Remember, Darmian, Atalanta, half time. See you later, boy. And then same thing happened to Brick Freeze today. Yellow card, half time. Boom. Darmian was actually warming up at the 40th minute. Like it was already building up. I actually didn't see if Asllani pulled a muscle at the end. I'll have to check the the news on that. What's up, Yahia? I don't know. I don't think we're getting much disrespect. Actually, I think we're starting to get a lot of respect now recently, especially since those Inzaghi tactical videos and stuff are going viral. We're starting to get a lot more respect. Maybe it's just the people that you follow on your Instagram or Facebook here. I think if we do another run like we did last year in the Champions League, the rep is definitely back up. We back up. Lautaro, he still has. By the way, I think it was Saul Goodman who told me in the comments in my preview, which is crazy stat, guys. Lautaro still hasn't scored ever against Genoa in the Serie A. Maybe he scored against them in the Coppa or something like that, but I couldn't believe it. This is the one team that he hasn't scored against. And I thought today, he was my fantasy football, my fantasy Serie A team. I made him my captain, and he didn't get anything, no goals or assists. But that's crazy. That's a crazy stat. We call him Salernitana man, or he likes scoring against likes of Milan, Crotone. But Genoa just seems to be his bogey team, which is really, really weird. Really, really weird. Can't wait for Hakan to be back. Come on. I've not really missed Hakan that much, to be honest. I mean, I think Asllani's done a fine job. I don't know you guys, as I keep saying, I don't know what you guys want from Asllani. It's crazy. Assuming you have won all the upcoming games, we need just 6 wins. That's fantastic. Bit of inconsistent from Asllani is no much to look at. Yeah, I mean, the Hakan took until the age of big 30 years old to become a consistent and reliable player in a new position at CDM. He went his whole career being an unreliable, inconsistent CAM left wing. Then we converted to Mezzala, and he was good, but not very consistent still. So yeah, again, I don't know how people are just expecting Asllani at 21 to just come in and just be like just as good as Hakan. I feel like it's very unrealistic expectations. Asllani was great too. Yeah, again, I don't think it was great, but I think it was good. He was okay. I don't think he was anything special. His second half was Albanian, Said. But the match properly, yeah, probably. But Bisek was good. He was a good sub for us. Mathematically secured the 2 stars against Milan away. That would be the epitome of hilarious and grand. Well, I'm gonna quote Hakan Çalhanoğlu on this one. Calma. Let's not be throwing stuff out like that. But that would be, my goodness, that would be chef's kiss if we win the Scudetto or secure the Scudetto mathematically against Milan in the derby. Oh, that would be beautiful. Or even if you secure it before that, they would have to give us a guard of honor, right? I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't give it to us, but I'm sure. Oh, that would be beautiful. Hey, Jerry, good to see you, man. Jerry Mancini, the legend. 141 on the live, only 11 likes. Yeah, sometimes the likes are lagging behind if you're watching it, so I think it's all right. Thought Asllani did well first half, but tied badly in the second half. Yeah, let's see some of your comments about Asllani in here. You can see how people were happy, that the teammates were so happy to see him score as well, because he hadn't scored his first goal yet. And I saw an interview, I think it was so Frattesi, Arnautovic, and Asllani, I think Carlos Augusto, like they've got this kind of mini friendship group going within the group. And then I think they said, Frattesi said that they've got like this bet going on to whoever scores pays for the others in this little mini group. And, there was this, he said, like, we're waiting for Asllani to score. Frattesi obviously has been scoring like crazy. Arnautovic just scored. I think it's just 3 of them. I don't think it's Carlos Augusto in there, but I can't remember. But yeah, so you saw Frattesi and Arnautovic, I saw in the celebration, were like extra happy for him. and I guess now Asllani has to buy them some dinner. But in general, you can see like Lautaro there treating him like a little brother, just happy to see him score. Yeah, as I said, I agree with you, Ian. First half good, and then second half was just not that good and knocked off the ball a bit easy. Yeah, Alexis was good. Got the assist for the goal. His touch is looking much better now, and everything. He's not as frustrating. Like physically, he looks good now that he's played more consistently. Yeah, but both him and Arnautovic, not just Alexis, both. Arnautovic, I think he had his like almost perfect cameo today. Oh no! Again, I didn't read about this, Stanislav, but I need to read into the news. I hope again. He seems to be getting these niggling muscular injuries, Asllani, Fratesi recently. So hopefully he's not serious because we do need him off the bench, especially in Madrid. I can just imagine, like if it's a tight game where we need a goal, imagine being able to bring Fratesi on. We've reached a number of points. We've got for the entirety of last season. Wow, guys. This is what I meant. Like, people forget. I keep repeating, last season was our worst season in the league since the Spalletti era. But it was counteracted by such an amazing season in the Champions League and, of course, the trophies as well. But in the league, 12 losses and the points tally was just not good. It was just not good. Badal was Badal was good in the second half. He was like doing back heels all over the place. He's like their Mkhitaryan, kind of gets played a lot, even though he's quite old. But yeah, he was sourcing. TNT talked to Shite for the whole game. Yeah, good thing I tried to watch the Italian stream as much as possible. Yeah, Sharif, I know obviously you as a Albanian, you might have a soft spot for him. But yeah, there's always a good scapegoat. Like today, Sanchez and Arnautovic are both good. Who this season are probably the scapegoats, and now seems to be Asllani is the new scapegoat. It's if everyone is doing well, we have to find one scapegoat, right? That seems to be the thing. But anyway, guys, I think I've been talking at your comments long enough. Let's get into the screenshots and the match analysis. I'll go back to your comments. Connie De Winter, I talked about him in my pre-match. I think he's still owned by Juve. He's on loan, but in that position we got Bisek, so not really too much to talk about. And yeah, language stores, I'll get to the penalty as well. Inzaghi completed his 300 matches as a Serie A coach. Amazing. And he's got the best wins, the most amount of wins in his first 300 games as well, ahead of the likes of Ancelotti and Allegri, who was second and third. Wow. Yeah, we really do. In the words of Nima, the next Italian super coach, or maybe he already is the super coach now, but he just needs to get those trophies to prove that. And this was the starting 11, pretty much as we predicted, or not we predicted, but Sky Sport Italia predicted. Some little bit of rotation there, but pretty strong lineup. Oh, thank you very much to the president of Somalia, Huyan, in the house. Asllani to United. Here we go. Yeah, there was some like United fans piping up about Asllani being compared to Pirlo, and Man United are interested in him apparently. But yeah, those Prem fans just live in a different world, man. They live on Narnia or different galaxy, those guys. But thank you, Huyan. Very, very much appreciate the donation, my boy. And yeah, I mean, Genoa, as we said, great plan, great tactical setup by Gilardino. Very, very impressed I was by the work that he did. He studied Inter very well, and he made the game very difficult. It wasn't just Inter not being at their best. Genoa made things very difficult for us. As you see there, like this is the fourth, fifth minute, but the picture was pretty similar throughout the game. They closed down the spaces, 5-3-2 in a defensive block. But also they pressed at times as well, made life difficult. Like they would retreat, but then sometimes, they would alternate with some very intense high pressing as well at times, which made life difficult. And Inter just couldn't break them down. And it took until the 15th minute for us to create a chance, and it was offside. But actually, Dimarco probably should have left it to Sanchez, because I think Sanchez, I need to rewatch the replay of this one, but I'm pretty sure Sanchez was onside on this one. And if Dimarco left it to Sanchez, he would have been onside. But the keeper still made a great save, Martinez, who, by the way, interesting goalkeeper, Spanish goalkeeper, has been doing well for Genoa. Made a really good save, even though it was offside, as we said. But look at that, 15th minute it took for Inter to really create a chance, and it's not really a chance. Yeah, Steve, don't worry. I'll message you on Twitter afterwards about the Discord. And then the other chance that we created, it probably, again, this is where, you shouldn't use XG because XG wouldn't tell you much about this, because Barella tried. This was an amazing ball by Mkhitaryan into Barella, but you could see Barella tried to pass it first time into Sanchez, but he completely mishit it, and it ended up going. It looked like a shot, but it wasn't a shot. He wanted to square it to Sanchez, and here, it could have been a tap in for Sanchez potentially. But that's if you look at XG, that probably doesn't show up even as a shot or maybe very low chance opportunity. But from Barella, you would expect him to be able to just tap it across for Alexis there. Man's making less pizza than making software now, Massimo. Hey, so have you like graduated now and just got like I wasn't saying a proper job, because obviously Pizzaiolo is a proper job. We need more pizza guys out there, pizza makers out there. But are you like software developer now? Let me know, bro. And congrats if so. And then on the other end, this is still at 0-0. Retegui, obviously the guy that we needed to watch out for, who, by the way, Euro 2024 in the summer, I know Mancini was calling him up quite a lot and starting him before obviously he left for the Saudi Arabia job. But Spalletti was in the crowd today, and I think he would have been impressed by Retegui's performance. Good hold-up play a lot of the times. His technical play seems to have improved. Like, that's one of the things. He was very much a poacher when he was in Argentina and when he played for Italy. But it's good to see that he's kind of rounded his game out. And I think with, Scamacca, he's not improving as I would have wanted him to, or as Italy fans would hope he would. Immobile is just, declining. Who else is there for that number 9 position? Raspadori maybe, but I think it might have to be Retegui at this rate. I think it might have to be Retegui. But yeah, here, good header, but great reaction save by Zomer as well, because the ball bounced. I know De Vrij is back there, but you never know what could happen here. So really, really good. And welcome to Helen Hua, who has become a new member alongside the likes of Ludi Scores, Eminem Production, Mattia, all these great guys, Massimo, Strasbourg, Steve. Thank you very much, Helen, for joining up. I really, really appreciate it. Barella got 12 assists in 21-22, while 3 this season. Yeah, it's an off season for Barella. There's no two ways about it. But he's allowed to have an off season. That's the thing. But at the same time, I know there's a lot of Barella fanboys out there that seem like it's impossible to say that about Barella. But again, Barella has very high standards, and by those high standards, this is a bit of an off season. But today, I thought he had a good game. But yeah, those assist numbers are not anywhere near where you think they are. And yeah, it's good to see you in the house, Lord Figo. Still bugs me to remember that Arna plus 2 million because Retegui. Yeah, Eminem, I know. Retegui was definitely very, very much gettable. But Genoa secured him very early. I think it was like by June, they already had him bought. And obviously, you know how it works with Inter. We have to work into the market. Can we sell people? Where's the money coming in? And then the one thing people forget about the Arnautovic deal with Bologna is also the fact that we got paid for Fabian. We got 5 million, 6 million for Fabian, which is good for the Plus Valenza, like for the books. And we've got a buyback clause for Fabian for 12 million, which is very, very good. If things work out, 12 million for a decent young Italian midfielder, it's a great deal. So you have to kind of remember how the deal is structured for Arnautovic. Yes, it's too expensive for a 34-year-old who is injury prone, but at the same time, you have to remember other parts of the deal, why that deal kind of happened. It's, the typical Italian, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Whereas with the, buying Retegui from Argentina, what was the team that he was playing for in Argentina? Was it, I can't remember, Huracan? Or I can't remember. Have a quick look. Tigre. But he was on loan from Boca, if I am correct. But yeah, they would have wanted money straight up front, and it would have been no scratch my, they wouldn't have bought any guys from us. So it's that thing. So yeah, he's Argentinian but naturalized Italian. Retegui is the vice. Yeah, I mean, but now it's too late again because Genoa bought him for what, 13, 14 million. So they're gonna ask for 20 million plus minimum. Still, not too expensive for a backup, but it's just that boat is kind of sailed, I think. Yeah, Italian ninth at the moment is a big struggle. It's a big struggle. M6 Adam, thank you very much for the donation as well. We win even when we play badly. Limone ball, yeah, 100%. I'm still preferring the Limone ball mainly because of branding, decisions. But Limone ball is definitely a thing. I think Limone ball is we gotta define it. It's the Limone ball when we win the struggle games, and then Limone ball is Limoncello ball is when we're just cruising 4-5-0. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Inzaghi turned into a bit of a demon today on the sidelines. He was going crazy, especially the last 15-20 minutes. He was like, he got yellow carded by the ref for being outside of his area. And actually, I was listening to the Italian DAZN commentary, and they were saying that how if you've seen pictures, Di Marco sometimes likes to come next to Inzaghi when he's instructing the players, and Di Marco was there shouting next to him. And apparently, the DAZN commentator said Inzaghi told Di Marco and the bench, like, stop coming up. I'm coaching. Stop confusing the guys or putting pressure on the guys, because players themselves, especially when they're subbed out, they feel so involved in the game that they're almost trying to be assistant coaches next to the coach, which can put even more pressure on the players that are on the pitch. But apparently Inzaghi told him, like, everyone just sit back down. I'm the coach. Let me coach. And that was good to see, and that's what we've also seen. I think we've seen that growth from Inzaghi, just a bit more authority with the players, a bit more, you don't have to be, I know every manager has to be a Conte, complete dictator and a sergeant, but you can see he's got a bit more of a mean streak about him now. Barella also covers more pitch when playing with Asllani. He's more free when Calhanoglu plays. Obviously, difference between, but I think it's also, like, you just have to have a bit more discipline just to cover Asllani. Sometimes you can't just be, out in the bar. It's probably, you have to just hold yourself back a little bit, just in case there's a mistake from the young player. Limone evolved into Demone, yeah, 100%. I missed half the live, so did you speak on that? Yeah, we've already covered that, Adam. And again, we've said everyone's like, the scapegoat Asllani is like, yes, the goal came from his error technically, but that was like, there was like 30, 40, 50 seconds of play before they actually scored from that. It was like, yes, he lost the ball, but it was like a slow eventual development of the play. And then other mistakes will also happen in that build-up. But yes, technically it was the Asllani losing the ball that led to the goal. But we could have conceded from Mkhitaryan losing the ball twice in the last 10 minutes as well, but we didn't. But what they will remember is the Asllani mistake. No, we still need to come up to the VAR decision. Yeah, so good save by Zoma. And then here we are, Asllani with the goal. First ever goal for Inter. Really, really happy for him. He deserves it. It was a really, really good move. Started off from De Vrij at the back and then moved into midfield. And then Sanchez with a great through ball. Asllani with a great run. No one picked him up. and a great finish as well. And then this is, we were also saying, last season we were saying that it doesn't even Asllani can also get minutes as a mezzala. Yes, we signed him from Empoli, where he started to play more as the deep line playmaker, and that's what we have signed him for, and that's where Inzaghi sees him. But a youth level for Empoli, and even for the Empoli first team, sometimes he played in higher positions, even as a CAM sometimes. He's got that in his bag. He's got, final ball, shooting in his bag. He can play those different positions as well. You can see that here took his chance really well. And yeah, as I said, really, really happy for him. Really good first half, in my opinion, by Asllani. I think he had 100% pass accuracy in that first half. Barely put a foot wrong. But then just had a drop off in the second half. And then here we are, the penalty decision. So 1-0 Inter, and then we go 2-0 up after we get a penalty. This, I tweeted it. I don't know what you guys let me know in the comments below, because I don't think this is a penalty, guys. And I know people explained to me afterwards on the Gianni, the interviews pod guys, they tried to explain to me and a few other guys, by the IFAB rules, the official rules and regulations, it doesn't matter that Barella's already kicked the ball. He was reckless, came in late, caught him, maybe got a bit of the ball too, but he was too out of control. That means that this is a foul, which is it is a foul anywhere else on the pitch. But to me, a penalty, the thing with the penalty is a very big punishment, because it's such a high XG, high chance of you scoring from a penalty. So it's not the same. And I know people have also compared it to Di Marco against Fiorentina, when he studied Bonaventura, like he literally went 90 degrees into Bonaventura's knee. That should be a red card as well, but Fiorentina were given a penalty for that. So I see the comparison. But the problem is, this happens all the time. Like when players are shooting in the box, defenders are always sliding to try and block, and sometimes they take out the guy afterwards. So we would have so many penalties, and the stuff that goes on at corners as well, like the pushing and shoving and pulling off the ball. You would just have so many penalties all the time from this kind of stuff. And also, like, Friendrop, I think, does get a little bit of the ball. He touches with his studs. He does deflect the ball slightly from this. By the way, Barella should have, he was dilly-dallying here. He should have just, cut it across to Dumfries or shot. He kind of wasted the opportunity in the first place. But in my opinion, I'm saying, just because it happens so often, and we know that the consistency is not applied across the games, if technically it is a penalty, then we're gonna see so many more penalties every single game, because this happens so often, and because this is just natural that players go in very out of control, because you put all your weight and power to try and block a shot. You're not in control when you do that. So I can see that, but all I'm saying is that I'm not even saying that it's not a penalty. The reason why I'm saying it's not a penalty is because I just don't see this being applied consistently. So I feel like it's very harsh on Friendrop here, who, by the way, Friendrop had a stinker. He probably, that's the thing. If this was a penalty or a foul, then this probably should have been a second yellow if he was deemed to be out of control and dangerous play. There probably should have been a second yellow and red. But that's my opinion on it. Let me see what you guys are saying. Bobby Marley says clear pen by the rules. If it was out of the box, it would have been a red. Well, again, no, because he didn't stud Barella there. I think it would have been a red if he studded and got it's his knee afterwards that makes contact with Barella's foot. So it's not that type of crazy tackle, because then I would have said, yeah, when it's one of those studs up, hammer foot tackles. So I disagree with you there. Matteo says penalty because the impact of the tackle was too reckless. Yeah, fair enough. This is about thingy. I thought it was a pen. One tackle is late. That's definitely true. The defender makes no contact with the ball. That's the thing. On the zone, they were saying that he did make some contact. And Luca Marelli, who's the referee expert that they usually get on the zone to commentate, refereeing decision, he said it was not a penalty. But yeah, it's one of those that if you that's the thing. If the referee goes and watches it on replay and he sees the lateness and the impact of the tackle, I guess you have to give it then. But I thought it was, to me, it's just quite harsh on them. I've seen it so many times not being. That's what I mean. It's just I just don't see these being called as penalties most of the time. I didn't think it was a penalty. Strasbourg Steve says that makes sense. It's up to interpretation. Mario says similar to what happened in Fiorentina game when Zoma pushed the ball also in Zola's face. Yeah, like remember Pavard and Rui Patricio in the game against Roma recently. Patricio did the same thing. He got the ball first, and then he got Pavard afterwards. So then if the referee went to look at that, it was told to look at that on the monitor, then it would have been the same as the Fiorentina Inter game where we were given the penalty against us for that. But was that penalty? Again, not sure. Not straight red, but second yellow. Oh, right. Okay, that's what you meant. I thought you meant as in the yellow on the if it was outside. Sorry, I thought you meant like a straight red. All Daro Sonero in the house. Make sure you check him out. Milanista, unfortunately for him, conceded the goal. That's the news. You look at that. They just know how good we are now. It's the news that we concede goals after 426 minutes. We conceded a goal today. By the way, Mike Mas says I don't think it's a penalty and a draw would be fair. On the other end, Lauti didn't take penalty. Show is growing, which is great for the team. That is a great point, actually. Mike Ma, I didn't think about that because Alexis took the penalty. So yeah, growth from Lautaro. Maybe just we know that sometimes it feels like with Arnautovic and Alexis, the way the players treat them is almost like charity cases, to be honest. So maybe he just really wanted Alexis to get his first goal. But by the way, it was a really good penalty by Alexis. Outside of little laced it with the outside of the foot, kind of send the keeper the wrong way, right in the corner. I think he's 2 out of 2 this season, right? I think he scored one. I think was it against Benfica, Alexis, the penalty in the Champions League, and then today as well. So maybe he's an option when he's on the pitch. Alexis, of course, he used to be the penalty taker for Arsenal back in the day. Yeah, nice to see, and yeah, good little point there, Mike, more from Lautaro, a bit of growth and just that captain leadership that he probably wanted to take it, but it's good that he let Alexis also get some confidence up. All I have to say about the pen is Marotta League. Helen Hua says not a pen. Wing Chun Helev says what Ian said, so he agrees with Ian. The replay higher from net behind showed no contact on the ball. Okay, fair enough. I was just going off the what the zone said and Morelli said. Lautaro. Oh, don't worry, Ian. Next penalty, he's definitely stepping up. Lautaro, he's not like he's becoming bad. He's always been pretty patchy on penalties, but he always backs himself. He always backs himself to take those. Lautaro showed his why he's captain, not taking the pen. Impressed me. I agree with Thea. Yeah, Mo, I'm the same. Like as I said, we were saying like today because Arnautovic and Sanchez, which are usually the two scapegoats for us, we don't really have a scapegoat this season because Correa's gone. Vecino, Gagliardini, those guys used to be big scapegoats as well. We don't have those guys anymore. Handanovic. So we need to find one, and I guess it seems to be Asllani for some reason. That just seems to be my understanding of the situation. I think Alexis has been class lately, definitely not fully washed. Yeah, no, he stepped up. He stepped up recently for sure. But again, Helen, we're talking about the levels were so low with Arnautovic and Alexis in terms of their performances, especially Alexis. I think Arnautovic has been a little bit over criticized because of some of his low points have been very, almost Lakaka like, some of the misses or moments. But actually, I thought some of his performances were actually pretty decent, even when he didn't score. Sanchez was just, not very good, apart from the Red Bull Salzburg game. But now recently, he's definitely stepped up. Is Romano done? No, he's not done. Yes, we'll see. I mean, that news came out that he gets paid to, post or he asks for money. I mean, if you follow me, like, some of the friends I talk to, yeah. I'd rather not discuss that, but he's not done. He's not done. Oh yeah, we already covered the Marotta League banner. And then yeah, 2-0 at halftime, cruising. Well, not cruising, but comfortable. And then we start actually second half. We kind of start quite decently well, but then Genoa make a couple of subs. They make quite a good impact actually into the game. I think this was actually even before that. And yeah, this is the way Asllani loses the ball, and then they kind of target Darmian on that side. He loses the header. I think De Vrij heads it out. Well, actually, yeah. Should we blame? If people want to blame Asllani for it, De Vrij is the one who heads it out, right? He heads it out, and then Vasquez hits it on the volley first time. So, according to the Asllani slander, isn't it De Vrij's fault because he's the one who headed it straight to Vasquez? But obviously, I'm just being an idiot and exaggerating. It's not De Vrij's fault at all. But yeah, fantastic strike from Vasquez, the centre back. Probably won't score a better goal in his life. And Zoma does the Handanovic, but again, I don't think Zoma could have done much about this. But this is the goal that sparks life again in Genoa. And then things are a bit scary till right at the end. So yeah, let me see what comments you guys are saying. Since Asllani has been playing with a regular starter to show why we bought him. Yeah, that's what I've been saying since the start, man. Like, every time we play Asllani, it's always been with the rotation team. So finally we're seeing him with the starters now. Romano's doing nothing different than the reports in USM free trade agency moves. Yeah, but when you're, I think there's a code you have to live by if you consider yourself a journalist. If he was an influencer, that's the thing. I always called Romano an influencer. And if you're an influencer getting paid for this stuff, that's completely fine. But once you call yourself a journalist, that's a different ball game. Then you have a different moral, ethical code that you have to live by when it comes to reporting. But I've always called Romano an influencer, not a journalist or a news source. And yeah, thank you, Mattia, as always, for reminding the people. Yeah, we talked about Thuram coming back. Yeah, I mean, we also had chances on the other end. Here, Augusto had probably a great opportunity to just square it to Arnautovic. He did a great little run, linking up with Thuram, and then he shoots. He was on the floor. He got fouled, I think, but then the referee just kept it playing. Thuram backheels it to him. He keeps going, shoots on goal, gets blocked. Really good block by the defender there, Barney. But he probably could have just squared it to Arnautovic there, potentially. And then Arnautovic himself actually had a decent shot on goal at the end, which was saved by the goalkeeper as well. So we did create some half chances towards the end of the second half as well. So let's have a actually look at the XG. So 62% possession for Inter, 1.93 for Inter XG, 0.8 for Genoa. And if we take out the penalty, because penalties usually are about 0.78 or 0.8 XG or something like that, you go 1.1, 1.2 XG. So still, Inter didn't create too many clear-cut opportunities, but still managed to create a good amount. 16 shots, 5 on target, 5 big chances according to FotMob. So yeah, still I would say Inter did deserve the win and created the chances that deserved they win. But Genoa could have, had a sneaky draw. I heard some of these begins. That's what I mean. Like I don't really want to talk about it. I know I keep seeing more comments in the chat about it, but yeah, the issue is if you consider yourself a journalist, it's a different ball game, and yeah, then it is illegal what he's doing. If it is, it's not. Yeah, everyone might know, and all this might be thing, but that's the thing, Nick Nack. Are you actually a journalist and you live by ethics and morals, or you And then it's fine. Like, I don't have any problem with that. Like, just be like an influencer and, just be open about it. And you are like, getting tips and money off deals and whatever. But again, I can see you guys, it clearly seems to be an interesting topic. But I'm not really interested to talk about it on the live stream. But yeah, I think that's all the screenshots I have for today. Let me see anything else. Let's have a look at any interviews right now from post-match. Yeah, let's talk about who's the man of the match for you guys. Let's talk about that whilst I load up the Daniele Mari and his post-match interviews. Who was the man of the match, guys? I think my candidates are Carlos Augusto. I would give Carlos Augusto a shout. I like Barella's game today. I definitely know the right wing backs. Di Marco was pretty quiet. I might even throw. I mean, yeah, obviously he's not going to get it because of some of the mistakes he did. But I think even Asllani I would put in there just as a shout for potential man of the match as well. Let's have a look at Mari FC. A Klaassen man of the match. Can't believe that guy still plays for us. Inzaghi is getting some glazing by Zenga, our legendary goalkeeper. I have admiration for you, he says to Inzaghi. You lost your starting goalkeeper, the starting defender, starting midfielder, two attackers like Dzeko and Lukaku, and the team doesn't suffer from it. In fact, it does even better. Then Inzaghi replies, it's very important for me and the staff. We changed 12 players, we took functional players. I'm lucky enough to have Marotta, Ausilio, Bacin, Zanetti, Ferri. They're all people who help, and I've had great availability from the boys. Always our humble king, Inzaghi. They ask him, do you care about the records? So I guess, they're talking about the 300 games and most wins, etc., etc. But no, he says titles, trophies, and feeling good in a club count. Satisfaction is seeing the team play like this. I like that answer. None of this matters until you win the actual big trophy. Commenting on Asllani. He's reaping the fruits of his work. It's not easy when you have Brozovic and Çalhanoğlu in front of you. Spot on. And the same goes for Arnautovic and Sanchez with found Lautaro and Thuram. He never really goes too deep, and he always gives very short answers when he's asked about individual players. What else? Bocelli, the legendary singer Bocelli, talking to him. Always talking to Zomer as well. He would like to meet Zomer, and Zomer says that would be an honor to meet him. I need the context on this question. So he's talking about the referees. He says it's a moment in which referees are making mistakes. So I don't know if he's admitting that maybe that wasn't a penalty, the penalty that was given to us, or maybe he's talking about Lautaro. Lautaro today, by the way, got booked for no reason. And I'll be the first to admit Lautaro is a diver. Lautaro does dive a lot. But today he didn't dive. He just ran into the guy, fell over. He didn't ask for anything. He got up straight away, and the referee booked him. So I don't know if this, again, I need the context to this image question, whether he was asked about the penalty that maybe he thinks is wrong, or other refereeing decisions that he disagrees with. But he says, and I always say this as well, actually in Serie A, I know we moan about referees, but when you watch Premier League, I think Italian referees are still better than the Premier League referees, in my opinion. Alexis man on the match. Yeah, that's actually not a bad shout. He did have a good game, Alexis, today, as I said. Let's have a look at some stats for him. De Vrij man of the match. Yeah. De Vrij also quite good today. But again, as I said, if the Asllani detractors want to say Asllani is at fault for the goal conceded, then again, I'm just being a dick. But yeah, De Vrij also was good. I agree. Klaassen is the new Gallia. No, because the Gagliardini actually played. Klaassen doesn't even play. And Klaassen doesn't even have, he hasn't had a good moment, but he hasn't even had a bad moment. Klaassen, he just does nothing. He just runs around. which is, I wish that was just what Gagliardini was doing, because he was sometimes good, but mostly not. Connor against Asla as to finishing is an issue, and he would be much better. Finish can be proved. Yeah, I mean, I think he had a good shot today when he came on. It was a good save. But yeah, he needs to show the finishing that he was showing at Bologna last year. Am I Italian or British? I am Italian passport. I grew up in Italy, but I'm Indian by heritage, but not British. I just live in England, or will be living in for a while. Sanchez man of the match, Helen says. Lautaro could have said something without his normal gesturing. That's what I was thinking about for the rest of the season. Oh, so yeah, the Curva Norte, they did a little demonstration for like 10-15 minutes. They didn't come in the game, and then they came in like later on because they're kind of debating and arguing the ban of banners, drums, etc. For the rest of the season. So yeah, it's quite harsh banning that kind of stuff, because it really adds to the atmosphere, and that's what really separates European like countries like Italy, Germany, like the type of atmosphere you get from the Premier League, because you're able to do these types of things. So I can see why Curva Nord are angry about this situation, and they try to make a stand against it. But I don't know what them being away for 10-15 minutes really does against that. Eminem says Asllani man of the match for me. So yeah, let's have a look what FotMob gave. So a FotMob, yeah, obviously, as I always say, the CDM in the FotMob type rating app, because it's all done automatically by algorithm. It's not done by a human, because they complete a lot of passes, and they usually Hakan and Asllani take this. So, whoa, what? 77 out of 77 passes completed. That is crazy. I know that he had 100% passing accuracy in the first half, but I didn't know that he finished the game with 100%. That is really impressive. If there's the Asllani haters are still in the house, have a look at this. Obviously, this is not the full story. Like, if you just look at this, then you think that he never gave the ball away. But of course, we know that he gave the ball away a few times. 96 touches. 0 out of 5 accurate crosses, so he was on corner duty. Yeah, I don't know how it says dispossessed 0 times. They should say at least dispossessed once, unless they just count that as a lost ball. Where is it? Where was I want to see like times that he lost the ball, but they don't have that stat. Yeah, that's the thing. You see, you need to have that stat in here, like just lost ball, not dispossessed, because I guess dispossessed is like someone came in, tackled him, took the ball off him. But it should be like lost ball. But look at that defensively as well. He was on it. Yes, sometimes he gets muscled a bit too easily and gets bypassed a bit too easily. But 9 recoveries, 4 defensive actions, 1 interception, 2 clearances, 3 duels won on the ground. Was fouled twice. 5 out of 5 accurate long balls. Obviously scored his goal as well. So yeah, I really don't see the negativity around Asllani's performance today. Yes, it wasn't perfect, but I don't think anyone was perfect. It was perfect today. Our teams are the best. The noise in the beating heart players, Mr. Curva noise tactics to bring Inter off our perch. Well, no, I mean that's. Oh, I think you mean like the fact that drum. Well, I mean we do it also, with I think this season Debbie is like, I don't think Inter need away. Actually, I think our away form is like what's really impressive about Inter, and I don't think you're allowed to bring that kind of stuff to away games anyway. But I think I agree. It's really harsh, and I hope it's something that is looked into. But I doubt it. That's one of the things, as things go towards more. I mean, at the same time, it's probably related to bringing safety issues into this. Bringing in things that could be used as weapons, I guess. Drumsticks or drums in general, like anything extra. That's one thing. EPL doesn't have that, but that's because it is also very safe to go to a football stadium in England compared to Italy and other European countries. But I do hope that decision is overturned. The pitch gets 5.5. Yeah, the pitch didn't look good, but yeah, it gets to this point of the season when Milan and Inter are both playing every few days, and the San Siro pitch just gets turned into potato field. And yeah, as Matthias said, it's also too late for that, but to bring Inter off our perch. They should have done that way earlier in the season. Yeah, so we said, Sanchez, let's have a quick look at his stats. 8.3. Yeah, not bad. He could be man. Yeah, let's give Sanchez man of the match, guys. Sanchez is man of the match. I'm happy with that. Sanchez man of the match. He deserves it, Alexis. And as I said, Arnautovic, I was very impressed by his cameo. Held the ball really well in the corners when we needed him at the end, even had a decent shot on goal. And he also looks physically much better now that he's getting more minutes. Sometimes they just need that. And good to see Thuram back as well, and Acerbi. But anyway, guys, 1 hour, more than 1 hour today, post-match reaction. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Inter 2, Genoa 1. We keep going. Plus 15 on Juve's mission. Second start continues. And of course, we see you for the next one, pre-match preview for Bologna game. And then afterwards will be Atletico game. Make sure you keep a lookout on the channel. Thank you for everyone that came through. Thank you to the people that donated. Thank you to the new channel members and old channel members. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Ciao ragazzi, Forza Inter, Asllani, Sanchez, the dream of the second star continues.